pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Roll call, please. Sorry. I'm not trying to. He's got a hockey game.
Let's go.
Go Islanders. Here.
Mr. Bruno?
Here.
Mr. Irwin?
Here.
Mr. Douglas, Deputy Supervisor. Mr. McDonald's excused, he should be arriving, though at some point he had an appointment that needed to be taken care of. Mr. Favreau, our Town Attorney. Mr. Gwinnett, our Zoning Officer. Mr. Farrow, our Highway Superintendent. Confidential Secretary to the Board, Ms. Pam Barber, and our guest.
And Diane Miller. Okay, number 4, we need a motion to approve the minutes for the public. Mr. Bruno? What did you say?
I was talking to Mr.
Okay.
Restricted.
Okay, motion to approve the minutes for the public hearing. We'll do that one first.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Barber, second by Mr. Bruno, all in favor.
Aye.
Okay, and now we need a motion to approve the minutes of the regular town board meeting of June 14th,
I'll make that
2021.
I'll second that one too.
Okay, that was Mr. Irwin.
Very good, Diane. Thank you so much for being so quick, so precise.
She is.
My pleasure.
And for taking all them words that Mike said and lowered them right down to a little sentence.
Boil them down.
Less is more, I was told. To the point.
What's he trying to tell you, Mike, you know? All right, number 5, community input. Did anybody happen to sign?
I didn't sign it.
No, I didn't have a sign up.
That's okay, that's fine.
I got a couple.
I'm sorry.
I want to compliment the board. I was at the Babby Museum the other day, and I think Jim was out of town, but everybody else came to the opening of the Babby Museum, which I thought was really good. That was nice. I think they had a successful day. It looked like a decent crowd.
The
And
crew I was with was really telling some war stories, I can tell you that.
I overheard you talking about before the meeting, but how did the music in the show or the Peru market go this weekend?
Better than we could have hoped.
Yeah.
Outstanding.
A lot of people showed up, and it could have been a little bit cooler, but it could have been pouring rain too. So.
Was there, have any idea how many people came?
I think Brandy, what did Brandy say? He
Randy
counted?
counted 117 for the concert and about 250 to the market.
Well, that's great. Okay.
That's
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
the market people who set it up said it was about 250.
I got a feeling it was more than that coming and going because
Yeah.
I counted 140 at the concert. Brandy, I count by 2, so I'm faster.
You were very fast.
Twice as fast, right, Ben?
Yeah, you were.
And you were discussing the sewer project ahead of time. I guess they've had some difficult going. Is that going to mean any cost increases from over what we anticipated?
Yes. We're gonna have some change orders done. That's what Greg was talking about. And unfortunately, that drilling, we drilled with the water, you see it there. You maybe see some of the big stones that's,
Yeah, what's been the major problem?
All that concrete on that corner.
Concrete?
Where old Peru used to be,
Really?
yeah, all the foundations and stuff.
the re-rod that's in there, that's a problem.
Huh. And so they had to dig deep and spend,
They had to switch drill bits and go to a rock drill instead of the easier method.
wow, okay.
So it's a little more expensive.
When will you know how much extra that's going to cost you?
Well, we did get one change order, I believe, didn't we?
Well, you've got to realize a project of that size is always
I realize that.
Yeah.
fluid, so until, you won't have the
Oh, we
final
won't.
number till that part of that project's done, so.
Actually, Greg is gonna be talking to, you know.
Yeah, probably in August when he comes back, August 9th, he'll have some better
Yes.
numbers for us.
Some better numbers to see, you know, John. I do know, like, if there was one change order that I think we approved, was there one? that-
Right, some of that's covered in the alternate bidding stuff
Yes,
though, so
yes.
we're safe there.
But, we haven't, you know, there's been no real major, except for that drilling, John, and that's been the real.
Yeah, because people saying, you know, some people have come in, everybody knows how long they were in one spot.
Yeah, and
So-
they didn't wanna be there either, John, to be truthful, because these drilling were.
Okay, thank you.
There's three more routes to be drilled yet before we're done drilling.
3 more what?
3 more areas that need to be drilled before we're done drilling still.
And where's that?
2 by the Fellowship Center, and then 1 back across Elm, or continues Elm.
You're going to go from the road next to the church, right down the side of the Fellowship Center, down to where the building's gonna sit.
Could it be that when we didn't get that one easement, that's going to end up costing us a lot of extra money?
I definitely don't think so.
No.
No,
No.
No,
Oh, you mean, no.
no. So,
We tried drilling this the first time, and we hit something 16, 17 feet deep, and we're going back into a different type of drill, trying to get the same root, and it's critical how level that is.
And we're definitely staying on top of them at the construction meetings, and Greg's AES is doing a wonderful job working with the contractor, watching out for our taxpayers, man. Definitely, 100%.
okay, thank you.
Thank you, John.
Well, it's complicated too, as Greg was saying.
Yeah.
Greg was saying you got your ads, your subs, and he was saying that earlier.
Anybody else have anything to community? Okay, we'll move on to number 6, discussion and a resolution for layer 8 quote for a new camera system in the monitoring. I need a motion.
Make a motion.
Mr. Bruno,
Second.
Mr. Barber.
The resolution for the MSP services for security cameras at the Little Otsego Park and Hayworth Mason Park by the Layer 8 Company. Whereas the town board has received a quote from the Layer 8 Company for the purchase of 10 Synology outdoor cameras, 2 switches, 2 Synology camera licenses, Synology 2 DVR with 2 8 TB drives and the use of a bucket truck for installation. Whereas the town board, in consultation with the Layer 8 Company, finds the ongoing maintenance, warranty, and equipment purchase for the monthly fee of $299.95 for the duration of the 3-year contract will provide the town with the best surveillance of the town parks. Now therefore be it resolved that the quote from the Layer 8 Company be accepted and scheduled for installation. We saw that this resolution shall take effect immediately. Mr. Barber?
Yes.
Mr. Bruno?
Can we just have a little discussion on this first?
Yeah.
Okay. Does this include anything out in Latins Mills?
No, what this is all for,
Just Hayworth? and,
Hayworth, Mason.
Hayworth and, Little Otsego Park, but it would, I believe only the extra charge would be for additional cameras and equipment down there,
Mhm.
and then that would be included under the MSP for the maintenance and warranty and everything.
Okay.
So I believe it's just the extra equipment would be the extra charge.
Do you know, Pam, if there's anything on the walking trail itself?
No,
Where benches are getting?
no, not there. It'll cover the new area for the stages.
I think the 2
Yeah, it
cameras,
tells you right down here.
Okay, I see it now.
Quote.
2 cameras are going back under the bridge.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
If we bought this system, all this equipment on its own, it would cost about $11,200, and then we'd be on our own for warranty and everything else and replacement. If we do it this way, it's $299.95 a month. And all the services like we have here at the town hall.
So layer 8, some sort of
Larry is the same
water
one. that-
problem?
Yes,
Fine,
it's the
they
new,
just sold out.
it's the one we have now for all of our IT services.
Yeah, I see the name at the top.
The other thought on it too is we don't have all this maintenance issues. We also get those cameras updated
Right,
as technology advances.
yes.
You figure, you know, Greg,
Okay.
that's, you know, $3,600 a year, but that's, I mean, they're keeping up with the cameras.
Yeah, I didn't know who layer 8 was, now that I see
Oh, no,
Lisa's
I'm
name
sorry.
on it, it's
No,
probably
I'm
kind of
sorry.
good, I'm fine with it.
That's fine.
Yep, I'm good. Okay, I'm sorry, Ben, anything?
No?
No. Mr. Barber?
Yes.
Mr. Bruno?
Yes.
Mr. Douglas?
Yes.
Mr. Irwin?
Yes.
Okay. Number 7, we need a discussion and a resolution to reappoint Emily Sypek to the Peru Youth Commission.
I make the motion.
One second.
I'll second. You say.
Got it. Yeah, that's fine.
A resolution approving the appointment of Emily Sypek to the Town of Peru Youth Commission to 3-year term. Whereas the Peru Youth Commission, has recommended that Emily Sypek be appointed to fill a term until June 28, 2024. Therefore, be it resolved, the Peru Town Board agrees with the recommendation of the Youth Commission and appoints Emily Sypek to complete the term until June 28, 2024 on the Town Youth Commission. And be it resolved that this resolution shall take effect immediately. Mr. Barber?
Yes.
Mr. Bruno?
Yes.
Mr. Douglas?
Yes.
Mr. Irwin?
Yes.
Motion carried. Okay.
How do we receive the letters, Ben?
At the last meeting, Emily and.
Kirsten.
Emily handed them to me, I put them in John's box, John stuffed them underneath my door when he came in, and that's how we got them.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Number 8, same discussion or resolution for the reappointment of Kristen Belair to the Youth Commission.
I make the motion.
Mr. Bruno.
I'll second.
Mr. Irwin.
A resolution approving the appointment of Kristen Ojeda Blair to the Town Peru Youth Commission to a 3-year term. Whereas the Peru Youth Commission has recommended that Krista Ojeda Blair be appointed to fill a term until June 28, 2024. Therefore, be it resolved, the Peru Town Board agrees with the recommendation of the Youth Commission and appoints Krista Ojeda Blair to complete the term until June 28, 2024 on the Town Youth Commission. And be it resolved that this resolution shall take effect immediately. Mr. Barber?
Yes.
Mr. Bruno?
Yes.
Mr. Douglas?
Yes.
And Mr. Irwin?
Yes.
It was nice having them two come to the meeting, I wish they would come every week.
Yes. They're, you know, they're very dedicated, both of them. It was nice to see
You
them.
got, give me a break.
Number 9, Courtney left,
No, it's right outside.
He's outside.
He's outside trying to save us some money.
why don't you wrap on, will you wrap on there?
I'm gonna do our Tommy's up, will you?
It's a sewer project update, we'll let it in cover anything that he, I think he's just talking to Greg.
I think he's trying to avoid us. He's gonna say, we just went over it all. And we did. There's a lot on the platter.
Yes, he does have a lot, he's doing a good job.
Yeah, he is.
Really, I mean, he could be really stressed out. We're talking about you.
Saving money or spending it, that's what we are.
Okay, we're up to number 9, Courtney, I'm sorry, for the sewer project update.
Hang on a second. Sorry.
That's okay.
Water plant's called open, I didn't know. So as of right now, I don't know. The line is in from the gazebo to Valhaven, the HDP that was drilled. They've slip lined the lines from down Main Lane, those are in. The only thing that needs to be done is the open cut to connect the two up from my house by Woodland Drive. Currently, they're drilling one of the two lines that needs to go in up along the Fellowship Center. Most of the sidewalk has been put in on North Bend. The road patching with binders has been done as far as they can until they finish their work there. I think where else? Most of the deep digging on Elm Street is done at least from Dr. Smith's to the other side of the Fellowship Center. The gravity sewer's been put in, the manhole's been put in.
Guess it was kind of a relief that went up front of Peru Hardware without any issues whatsoever.
Yeah, they seem to.
That was really good.
They had a little trouble drilling with the rock, from we know from the meeting, but the
Yeah.
day they actually pulled the line, I think they had 700 feet pulled in like 3/4 of a day.
Wow.
It actually pulled pretty good.
Great.
So today they brought in that air hammer and they're going up alongside the Fellowship Center. So they're still kind of bouncing around where the work's available. They're hauling fill down a main lane, so there's a little bit of movement down there with dumping fill on the site. I think their next plans are going to be to, once they get this line in over by the Fellowship Center, they want to put the manhole in front of Valhaven, and then they'll be open digging from Valhaven down the sidewalk in front of Stewart's, 2 houses down Maiden Lane. That's their future outlook for right now.
Yeah.
I think they did a really good job, though, and I thank him because I know you're under there's a lot
I'm busy,
going on.
but
Thank you. Okay. Go down to other business. And then I'll ask the rest of you. Well, actually, Bob, I'm gonna go with you guys and then I'll ask it. Bob, what do you got going on?
You want to talk about that?
Yeah, go ahead. Sure.
Matthew and I were in court, we got one case out, but something we wanted to discuss was, we have a couple of buildings in town where we've had some fires and such, and people are probably wondering why things aren't moving and why things aren't going well. There's issues with asbestos in all these projects. Any demo of these buildings is going to require an asbestos survey, and it's very it's troublesome for the owners of the property. They don't fully understand the law. The law is that if they're not owner occupied, they have to have, they have to hire a firm that is asbestos certified to handle it. And it's just been, it's going crazy. I know Matt wanted to bring this up and talk about it.
It's an expensive, lengthy process for the homeowner too.
Yeah.
But really, nothing can happen on the property until that takes place, or the liability is out there perfectly. So
Right.
Bob does what he has to do, notifies the homeowner this has to happen, and it's up to them to get it done. He can't give a demo permit or anything else until that asbestos survey has been done and completed and reviewed. So the properties look awful, and they just sit there, and there's nothing we can do about it.
does any homeowner's insurance cover that as asbestos?
Nope. It's hard, it's rarely if ever covered by insurance policy.
And that's expensive.
Even more so if you don't have insurance on the property.
Yeah.
But you know, I'll give kudos to Bob, and you know how much it pains me to do that. At the court proceeding we had last week for court, he did a really nice job, and we've talked about having to enforce certain things, because you can't just pick and choose, and this is one, when we went to court for enforcement, you kind of feel bad about it, but you still have to do it. If there's a violation, you gotta try to make the property be up to code, and that's really what we were doing, and I think the outcome of the proceeding was a very small fine imposed, but a very large fine kind of hanging over the homeowner's head to get the property up to snuff, and then they don't have to pay that fine. So that's kind of the goal, but Bob did a very nice job with it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bob.
Good job.
What's the
So let me go to
assessment,
your head.
what's the asbestos assessment usually run?
It's like, it could be, what, 20 to 40,000 for asbestos?
Well, I think a few board members might recall that the quotes we got for the house on North Bend,
Right.
when I came back to the board, and you guys were astounded. I mean, and that's been 3 or 4 years, and it was
That was not a large property.
almost 30,000 for that, so.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah,
It's crazy.
the costs are ridiculous, I mean, but it is what it is.
Right.
It's,
The state makes you do it.
yeah, and,
And that's homeowners expense.
homeowner's expense, that's right.
And that's, once the assessment's done, if it's positive, then you still have to pay for that
And you have to do the
special
abatement,
hauling.
right.
So what some of the problems are in these situations are, the buildings are in such disrepair that they can't test all, so they have to treat it as if it's all asbestos
What
contained.
is it about? It's so dangerous that the person won't
That's right.
want to do
That's
the
right.
testing.
They can't do the survey.
So you have to treat it as if it's positive
That's
for
right.
asbestos, basically.
Yeah.
And then do the abatement. That's what the really crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's a bad situation for everybody, unfortunately. It's
Yeah.
not something
Yeah.
anybody wants to see or be dealing with.
No. So I got Jim.
Thank you, Ron.
Thank you.
Good. Wow.
Don't let him scare you off. You really need it.
Move on before we get
Damn.
Machine still, timeline on the machine still the same?
Machine, I talked to them today, actually came in 2 days early at port, but it's a truck in from the port to get the milk down. Richmond, they still don't have it, they're waiting for it. He had told me last week we'd have it by Friday, now they're talking Tuesday or Wednesday next week, if to get it. Machine's in port,
Just getting it.
it's getting it.
Where's
Boy,
the
volunteer to go get it.
There you go. I figured you would.
You gotta have all the attachments put on there.
They'll put them on and milk the cow.
I'm gonna ask you though, Mike, how about the bridges and stuff? Remember we said I was,
Haven't heard anymore, we had that one
yeah,
visit just over technicality on mapping down by Mr. Bags and driveway culvert.
yeah.
Goes in the backyard to see the wood, but that's what they're calling a wetland, so. Other than that, it's everything. Last I heard, we're still talking November, somewhere around August or September to November before we even hear on any of them.
Thank you. Pam?
I've got a bunch of stuff for Brandon, but nothing.
Okay, so,
So you want
Randy?
Randy stuff?
yeah, go ahead, Randy's not
Is it
here.
important?
Go ahead, Randy.
Is any of it important?
It's all important.
That's what he was talking about, when we were trying to listen to.
So Brandy wanted to thank everyone for everybody pulling together, board members, all the department heads or departments and everything for getting the whole market and concert sectors area done in time. It did turn out wonderful. And I want to thank Courtney and Mike, Chris Martineau, because I called Chris at 5 of 3 when he was done at 3:30 to get the boards up, because I had forgotten about him, everybody had forgotten about him, and he ran up to the general building. And then I kind of hodgepodged it together, and then Courtney went and put them out on Friday night, didn't you? So, anyway, so that was all good. And then on Saturday, Brandy wasn't able to get a hold of Mike, so he called Lloyd because some truck had, assuming inadvertently, dumped some either ones and dust or gravel or something in the middle of the road at the intersection. And so Lloyd went and looked at it and brought the sweeper up and swept it all off and got the road cleaned off, so he wanted to thank him too. And that's it.
Wow. Well,
And thank you everyone thank you for allaying my fears of what might happen if,
We weren't gonna even mention that.
and yes, you told me so.
Yeah, didn't we say it'd be all right? What they tell you, them guys? Gordon, you got anything else?
Not too much. I think everybody's noticed now the new sign at Sullivan's up.
Beautiful.
I was gonna mention that, where did that come from? That is
Very
very
noticeable.
noticeable. Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Bob.
I saw it the
Big
first
shot.
time coming into it. Fantastic. Good job with that.
They probably do some kind of recognition to him. because I believe he covered all the costs for that.
Yeah.
Other than I paid for the steel, for the post.
That's not cheap either.
No,
No.
no. So train of thought. The volleyball net is in, the edging's all in, that's done. We started, now that COVID's all lifted and stuff, started putting letters back out to residents. If people notice a door tag, try to get in and start fixing some broken water meters, and hopefully get back on our program on replacing the touchpads with radios. So if anybody
Oh, good.
hears about that. We are right now, I know something was said to Randy, was asked. We do have a couple tractor trailers hauling water off our system for filling pools. They were closed at the town of Plattsburgh because of some upgrades that they're doing. They couldn't spare the water due to pressure, I believe. So I have allowed them here. They are paying for the water, in case anybody, I know Brandy was asked. They are being metered, they will be paying for the water. I don't believe they'll be here long, because I believe the town of Plattsburgh.
Their tower went back online today.
Yeah, and their water's cheaper, so I'm sure they'll be going back down there. Other than that, I think that's about it.
Certainly, thank you. Thank you guys and Mike's guys for the hard work. How about Mr. Martin?
I'm good.
How about
Well, it's good.
I'm good, I was gonna mention this time, but you
Yeah.
brought it up.
Just a huge shout out to Courtney and your crew. You start looking around town and how much work and maintenance goes into things. Let them know they appreciate it.
Thank you.
Were the picnic
It's been
tables
busy.
well received down there?
Here we
I
go.
assume
Oh,
so.
yeah. Really?
They were all, people were
Could
sitting
get Mel and his family off it, they took up 4 of them.
You can't help it, you got a lot of room
God
to
brought the
play.
whole whirlwind crew was down there, man.
Irwinville.
You know, the funny part about it is, after the concert, I
Yeah.
heard so many people say, I didn't even know this was down here.
Yes.
You know,
This is-
and
They
how
said it's only
beautiful
gonna
it
get
was
better.
and how nice it turned out, and also, I didn't realize that, I guess I didn't realize it was that big, that the vendors are way over here, and the,
We knew that, yeah.
That's why they were trying to tell you that.
We kinda knew that.
I know, but,
Okay.
no, a lot of people really didn't know that the park was even down there, or how beautiful it was, and,
Yeah.
you know, so it was nice to hear all the compliments that went on.
You can hear the band, okay?
Excellent. And it was really nice because little kids were playing soccer on the side. It was
Oh, yeah.
like a big family outing instead of, have to worry about the road and the kids and stuff. They're running around playing soccer and frisbee and down, it's
And
really
also,
nice.
the people that lived right up on the hill, on Mason Hill, told Brandy that they could barely even hear the band.
Yeah.
So with all the trees and stuff, the neighbors don't have to listen to the band if they don't want to, but that, the music pretty much stayed down in the park, so.
Vendors were pretty happy, and there's, I think, more produce vendors coming in next time.
Yeah, good.
It's really, it's nice.
Was there enough tables?
Hmm?
Was there enough tables?
Oh, yeah.
So, I may buy a few more.
Yeah, they were all
I'd like to
used.
put a couple down at the
Yeah.
basketball court. I ended up this load, I put them all down there. I figured this would be pretty busy.
They were definitely all
They were all
used.
pulled up in the shade, I can tell you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we definitely need to come up more shady area down there. I think plant some trees or.
Where that big tree in the middle was, everybody was lined up on that, on that big shadow. Way back in the big shadow.
That was Irwinville.
We need a spray park down there. Where that water shoots out.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Get them all back.
I like that.
We have a fire truck down there.
Have a Dunkin' booth. Mr. Bruno.
Yes, I need to thank Kerrs and Company for planting all the flowers down there. I don't know if anybody got to see, they trimmed up all the inside and put flowers on the stage, put flowers all over the place. They're still planting more.
Who'd you say did that?
Who's that?
Kerrs and Company, it was Mickey and Jeff Kerrs. And she used to be my neighbor. But they were sweet, man, and brought them down a hedger, and they were doing some hedging and stuff. And
They've got planters still, right?
They still have a bunch to plant. Yeah, there's a bunch in the pots. They got all the flowers donated from Northern Orchards and Farm It up on Olive Hill. A whole pickup truckload donated for free. So everything was donated by Farm It and Northern Orchards. So it was really cool, really nice of them to do that and volunteer. Glad I could help by taking the garbage out of there and bringing it up to Mike's hopper.
I think it'd be nice to send a letter to you guys.
Yeah, they're in the minutes.
I mean, this is, you know,
Yeah, they're nice, they're really nice.
Dan, so if you could then,
Or
also,
Send us some free tickets to the next concert.
Okay.
we got them for you. Your name's right in your mailbox.
Perfect.
Discounted.
Pam, if we could send then the letter to that gentleman too, thanking him
The sign.
for the sign.
Oh, yeah, hashtag.
Yeah, and I believe Port Dundee, I believe he donated that sign, didn't he?
Oh, yeah.
As far as I know.
As far as I know, he made that and, they did a beautiful job. Really.
Craig, can you get me,
I can. Or drive. Definitely.
Yeah, I don't know what this is all
I
about.
think it's 9.
All right, anybody else? Okay, and I'm fine, so I just need, is there any public comments on the agenda items only?
Are the asbestos houses on North Bend and School Street, is that what we're talking about? No?
We have one on Connors Road, one on Route 22. And we have one on Loudon Mills.
So there's 3?
Well, they were burned, John. They went through fire.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And we still have those other 2 derelict houses on,
Certainly, yep.
and the others headed that way.
Somebody just got a burn.
And what was the nature of that court case that you were involved in?
Just a code violation, a property that was in violation of the town code, and
What kind of violation?
for allowing a person to reside in a mobile home, not a mobile home, an RV basically, on the property where there was no primary structure. So the town, through Bob and me, gave the homeowners, landowners ample opportunity to rectify the situation easily. At the first court appearance, they made a bunch of promises that they didn't fulfill. At the second court appearance, everybody, including the judge, basically said, time's up, we can have a trial, and that's what we did.
Yeah, I remember that came up a long time ago.
Yeah, this has been hanging out there, I mean, pre-COVID, and then COVID delayed all the civil stuff, of course. This has probably been 2 years, a year and a half at least.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Thank you, Matt. Okay, we are down to number 12, need a resolution, discussion, pay the bill.
Taking notes.
Make a motion. Mr. Barber,
One second.
Mr. Earl.
A resolution authorizing the post audit payment of certain claims, bills, and invoices of the town, whereas the town board has reviewed and audited the following claims, bills, and invoices for services rendered and goods provided to the town in June 2021 from the town approved vouchers in June 2021, 2021000687 through and including 2021010007, abstract dated June 24, 2021 for the dollar amount totaling $566,087. Of that, $61,734.67 was wired, credit cards, and prepaid, and $504,266.20 is remaining to be paid. Whereas the town board finds said claims, bills, and invoices to be acceptable in form and reasonable in amount, now therefore be it resolved that payment of the aforementioned claims, bills, and invoices is approved, and the supervisor being hereby is authorized to make such payment, and be it further resolved that this resolution shall take effect immediately. Mr. Garber?
Yes.
Mr. Bruno?
Yes.
Mr. Irwin?
Yes.
Mr. Duff?
Yes. Okay, we're down to number 13. I need a motion to adjourn to executive session on personnel issue.
Make the motion.
Mr. Bruno,
One second.
sure, there will be no decision made, so that's what.
Get stepping. Order your dinner.
All right,